Okay, so I know this looks like a text document, but this is the what is it called again? The oh my god, I should have rehearsed this before starting. Okay, the demo of a game called. Okay, I think I said that. I don't think I said that correctly the first time. Okay, I just stopped trying to talk so fast so I can actually talk properly. This seems basic to most people, but well, it is. Okay, this is a game called Keeper's Vigil. Okay, menu, cool. Yeah, return to the game. That was the game. Okay, return to the game. Return to the game. Yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Play now for free. Let's go. You belong to an order of mutated humans called the Keepers, a product of magic and necromancy, and sworn protectors of the realm. You are the most feared keeper, and for good reason. They call you Harbinger. Tasked with investigating a recent twisted attack on the remote town, you uncover a sinister plot by rogue members within your order. How do I discover this? This is way too old a text for this. Anyway, order transform the realm into magic. Okay, okay. Whatever, can I actually start? Okay. Your skills test. It's dots as percentages. Dots, clearly. Let's see achievements and wages during play. Yes, of course. Alright, sorry. What name shall scholars record your deed? What name? Yeah. Okay, yeah, bio name shall scholars record your deeds. I was looking for that bio. I just didn't see it the first time. Okay. Well, I think of a name. Let me yap for a second. Mm, So, the reason why it took so long for me to release a video is because I tried recording a video like 7 different times. Each time it didn't work for a separate reason. And this is the seventh time, okay? I don't know if this is gonna work either. um, hmm. So yeah, and at the same time, I was sick for the last 2 days, so. And work the day before that was extremely but that why can't I say I was properly? Anyway, I was very sleep deprived. So I couldn't record the video then. I couldn't record the video for it the other 2 days. It was a whole mess, and I was on vacation for like 2 weeks too. So yeah, and I was even trying to record the video for the other 2 weeks, for another 2 weeks. So yeah, this is the reason why it took so long for a video to get out. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so I think I thought a name, Zev. Zephyr. I do not spell Zephyr. 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 It should. Yeah, yeah, okay. Is there autocorrect? Never mind, there's not autocorrect. Okay. I find a name that I know how to spell. It also sounds cool enough. Uh, guys, do you have any ideas? I don't know, I'm talking like it's a stream. Okay, generic male name. That's my name, generic male name. I have to take this a bit more seriously. I can't just write that. Part of me just wants to do to click next with that as thing there, but no, I'm too smart for this. Keeper no 6. Yeah, no. Just think of a real name. Uh, guard. This is more of a title rather than a name. I even spelled guard correctly. Okay. And it's also just not truly equal. Why do I keep pressing equals anyway? Uh. Okay, let me think. Light. No, I can't come here. Just Light. That's my name. That's my entire name. My full name. Light. Light. Yeah. That's correct. Yes. Male, of course. And, that's whatever. Story corresponds to various characters, foes, friends, and rivals alike. Allow the chance to form bonds through romance, partnerships, or friendships. The characters you encounter with vary genders, reflecting the diversity of stories and inhabitants. You have the liberty to select the genders of potential romantic interests, potential romantic interests, female, I guess. I'm a straight male, what do you expect? So my ways light, your decision. Will shape the fate of generations. Pride was my wilderness, and the demon that led me. There was fear. Okay, whatever. Market Lawrence. I don't care about Market Lawrence. I have no idea who this person is. Maybe the developer. I don't know. If Margaret Lawrence is watching this, I apologize, but I have no idea who the hell you are. Chapter 1, Call to Action. Hmm. Who are the choices? You awaken with an uneasy feeling, as though unseen eyes are upon you. For several minutes, you sit up and strain your ears to listen. The room is quiet, you can barely hear tiny rustle of the wind outside. A common person might dismiss the sensation and return to slumber, but you are no normal person. As a keeper, you're just not an ordinary one, but a spellcasting keeper. Okay, this is a very weirdly phrased sentence. It feels weirdly phrased. I don't know if it is. You've learned to trust your instincts. Recent monster attacks in the town have only heightened your vigilance. Vigilance? Did I say that correctly? Yeah. You answer the call of duty as you discard your sleeping attire and change into a robe more suited for battle. You reach for your trusted weapon. Great sword! Twin daggers! Staff of Arcana! This I'm not gonna even say it until I read all the names. You know what? Yeah. Battle axes, crossbow, staff arcane. Just a bunch of generic weapon names, and then staff arcana. Wow. Uh, if it has a name, it's probably more powerful. With necromancy, ooh, I can make minions. Comes to the arcane power, whispering secrets out. Only I can hear. Only you can hear. Wow. Its ends are sharp and can pierce through the flesh easily. Only narrator can hear this, I guess. Clearly some arcana. If it has a specific name, it's probably stronger. The staff hums when you grab it, and its arcane currents connect with your thoughts. The energy contained within it feels alive, eager to be unleashed. You step out of your residence, a small building. Why I say small building like that? It's not as fanciful as the apartments you were used to while growing up in the Order Sanctuary, but it's been your home for a while now. The moon hangs high in the night sky as yeah, did I say it's properly anyway? As its pale light bathes the world in a spectral glow, and shadows stretch long and deep across the streets. There has been a very heavy rain the previous night, which formed several water puddles that reflect underneath the moonlight. You pause one by one. You pause, you pause by one of such puddles, seeing an image of yourself in the surface. You run your hand across your black hair, dark as coal, blonde hair, catching the moonlight like gold, brown hair, rich and earthy, red hair contrasts to the cool, pale moonlight. Like silver would be nice. Black hair, or like I don't know. It's just my own hair color. Cyan, like or something. I don't know, not cyan, but like a light blue, light blue, a light near silver blue, maybe. No, it's silver. Silver. I think I wrote sliver. No, I didn't. I don't have silver spelled. I'm very bad at spelling. Very clearly. Color silver, is this correct? Yes, yes, of course. The forest just ahead of you, um, isn't just ahead of you. It's tall trees, full of shadow. There's a feeling of the air that you can't quite put your finger on. You hear the occasional whisper of leaves, stirred by an unseen breeze. You scan the tree line, seeing the source of your unease. This vaguely seems to rhyme, but I'm not gonna pay attention to that too much. For normal humans, the darkness would be a wall, blinding, but you're no human. Your muted eyes allow see through the darkness, rendering every detail sharp and clear. Whatever. For a while, you see nothing out of the ordinary. You are about to turn away, dismissing the forest as empty. Something catches your eye far to the west, almost perfectly hidden behind a massive oak tree. Pair of huge eyes stare at you, unblinking. You gaze with your own gray eyes, full of penetrating green eyes, sharp and vibrant, full of life. Blue eyes, intense like a mirror. Brown eyes, black eyes, golden eyes, like a dying fire. Blue, of course. You have to mimic the hair color. Semi. Well, you have to like contrast it in a cool way. And 7 years, you have lowered your sanctuary to reside in this town. Uh, Aldridge. Eldridge. Eldridge, yes. Eldridge is a small town nestled in the heart of the Middle Realm. Since arrival at Eldridge, it's mostly been quiet, aside from a few traveling merchants who tell tavern stories of rare monster sightings. Nothing of interest happens in Eldridge. Then suddenly, mm, attacks started coming. First, there was some child was found weeks later, shredded apart. Wow. You did not have to I did not have to put a mental wall between these two words and think of one and then think, oh nice, he was found, and then oh god, it tore apart. Anyway, then he was a hunter, then two farmers. Soon there was a death report almost every week. So it's terrifying. Why would anyone just live there? That point made your mind up to patrol every night. The rate of attacks just kept accelerating. 3 monster attacks in a single week. That is troubling. That is a troubling anomaly for a small town located near the heart of the Middle Realm. Such death toll numbers are only heard of in towns located around the borders of the Outer Realm. Despite attacks, the people of Eldridge, though afraid, refuse to stay home and cower in fear. They continue to go about their daily business normally. To be poor, but yet survive for generations through the resistance of his people, farmers, hunters, tradesmen, untainted by the complexities of large settlements. Drifts to your origins before joining the keep your order you were. Noble, noble origins, yes. Commoner, a rebel, an outcast, an academic prodigy. Necromancer. As a realm, joining the heroes is my only choice. Of course, I am the necromancer. You never knew your mother, but your father was an arcane master who lost his way. Curiosity got the better of him, and he began for forbidden necromancy. Eventually, he was caught and exiled to the outer realm, home to deadliest monsters. But he tamed all of them and started attacking the city where that child lived in, just to make their life worse. Life worse, of course. That's exactly what happened. Trust me. It even says that on the screen. Don't actually read the screen too. Yeah, please don't. Anyway, you have no idea whether he's still alive, but the chances are slim. With no one to take care of you, the order took you in, but your father, like who raised you, has cast a long shadow over your life. His teachings left to mastery over forbidden magic. Whispers of the dead are not familiar as your own breath. Begin to advance towards the creature. Before now, monsters rarely approach settlements of this size. The presence of a vigilant town is usually enough to deter them. Add a keeper to the equation, they avoid it entirely. And they avoid it entirely. Yet something has been driving them here recently, something more terrifying than the threat you represent. A thought of it troubles you. As you advance, you make sure your hand stays close to your staff. What the hell is this? Mm. Now, a few paces away from the oak tree, you pause, hang back at its eyes. The creature, seeing no use in hiding anymore, emerges. There is a yeti, a massive, intelligent, like creature, normally found only in the distant mountains along the borders of the Middle Realm. That is nearly 1,000 leagues away. The presence of this creature here, so well, let's say far twice. Anyway, far from its natural habitat is deeply troubling. Mm, the yellowish eyes. Mm, mm, Herming on you. Mm, brimming with hatred so visceral it almost feels personal. Its hulking frame towers over you, and its matted gray fur is further polished by the moonlight, and almost immediately it turns and scampers away. You chase after it at full speed, but Yeti is a danger to Eldridge as long as it lives. Oh, so long one. Okay, cool. This pract. Why did I say this like 3 times? Genuinely, this is this entire making these videos. I mean, making these videos. It's making me realize that I just say the same thing multiple times randomly while talking. I talk way too fast. Like I need to actually think what I'm trying to talk about before I actually say it. That's a real problem with mine that I really need to fix very quickly. Anyway, you drive yourself forward, branches whipping past your face as you struggle to keep the pace with it. To keep pace with it. I said that wrong twice in a row. Maybe I should just not say it. Anyway, its powerful leaps carries farther ahead with each jump. Its shadowy form becoming harder to track among the trees. Push yourself towards the limit, forcing yourself uh, to go faster, slowly. The gap against the narrow. 10 minutes into the chase, and if you realize that you're gaining on it because it suddenly stops and whirls around to face you, smiles. The frame heaves with exertion, steam rising from its mouth in cool air. Keeper scum! The Yeti growls, and its voice is guttural yet unmistakably intelligent. It picks up a massive log of wood from the ground, intending to wield it like a club. You freeze momentarily, startled by what you just heard. It can talk? Few monsters are capable of forming human speech. The Yeti has never been recorded to be one of them before. Before you left the Order's sanctuary to reside in Eldridge, you heard the rumors of monsters evolving, gaining intelligence beyond mere instinct. Witnessing it firsthand is shocking. The Yeti gives you no time to process this revelation, even though uh, it sounds like I already did. Anyway, uh, why the hell did I just say that? That was so unnecessary. With a roar, it hurls a massive log directly at you. The projectile spinning through the air with deadly force. Slam hums with energy, responding to the threat. You only have a heartbeat to. Okay, okay. Contact struck tree, move accordingly. Look for a tree to discover. Arcane energy to create a protective wind barrier or step quickly, swiftly, and prepare a counterattack. Channel arcane energy to create a protective wind barrier. Clearly. Okay, great, yeah. Am I doing this a bunch? I'm addicted. Anyway, next. You channel arcane energy through your body, acting a powerful gust of wind towards the incoming log. The air throws the massive projectile off course into the darkness. Tear shrinks back in surprise. Its moment of hesitation gives you the opening you need. Final confrontation. Final confrontation. Mm, you square up to the creature's massive frame. Might tower over you. Yeah. Anyway, why did I might tower over you? Anyway, uh, but you're trading a mutation as a keeper level the playing field. For a while, they both you and Eddie size each other up, waiting for perfect moment to strike. You go first. Target Lady's luck to bring it down to my level. He's faint so quick. Just create an opening until my inner strength for the you'll never mind to my advantage. Probably it's expensive. Okay, I try that. The attack fails to land as intended. Yeti is more agile than it looks. Cutters you with frightening speed. Its massive fist knocks air out of your lungs and sends you flying across the clearing. Breaking you back on your feet is already in front of you again. Mm. It towers over you, hatred burning in its eyes. Keeper, wake! It snarls, raising its arm, for it could be a killing blow. Chapter 1 and I'm almost dead. Unexpected intervention. And why do they have to spoil me with these names? Just gonna stop reading them. Guys, just stop looking at these names, okay? Anyway, they'll spoil you. That's all they'll do. Anyway, just to then a loud shriek pierces the night, causing the Yeti to freeze but strike. Another shriek follows, so more threatening the Yeti's ears. twitch as it turns its head towards the sound. The final growl of frustration. It turns and bounds away into the darkness, leaving you battered but alive. Yourself to your feet, the mysterious shriek fades into silence. Despite believing the reason you're alive, you can't help but feel uneasy. But sound doesn't sit right with you, scared of even a creature as fearsome as a yeti. The thought disturbed you as you turned to Aldridge. Dawn approaches. Why'd I have to read that to myself? Anyway, arrive in town just as dawn approaches. The streets are beginning to stir with early risers when something unusual catches their attention. At Tower Center, you spot a small group of people who stand out from the rest of the awake in town. Mm, Their flowing robes bear the unmistakable um, uh, Angle insignia of the Keepers, a symbol rarely seen in the Middle Realm. So keep their distance from the group, glancing at them warily before quickly looking away. Even in silence, the Keepers exude an aura that commands both respect and fear. Presence is here is as concerning as it is rare. An impoverished town has never wanted the Order's attraction, yet today they stand at its heart, making tense. You recall how the people of Eldridge took months to adjust to your own presence after you left the Order Sanctuary to settle here. Even now, though they value your protection, most of them still keep their distance. Turn your attention to the Keepers, South Center. Among them stands unmistakably Eldrick. Wow, yeah, my best friend Eldrick from 500 years ago. I almost killed him by accident, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, so uh, yeah. Afterwards, he started hating me for some reason. I don't know why, really. Anyway, uh, fake backstory over. You recognize his flowing silvery robes from anywhere. Aldrich is a high-rank council member of Order. How do you know this at this point? Was the Order like? Oh, why would you know some random guy from the Order? Like, I'd love to know. Maybe you randomly saw them one time, but why would they be so unmistakable to you? Why would you know him so well? Okay. His aged face is filled with scars. His eyes missing nothing as he scans the streets. Shoulders squared with the confidence of decades of service. More troubling is the sight of Balgon, your longtime rival. The amnesty before you and Balgon is no secret within the order. Balogan. I'm trying to say it properly this time. Balogan. Yeah, Balogan's sharp eyes sweep across the town and square impatient, across the square impatient, like searching for something or someone. They haven't noticed you yet, but their presence cannot be ignored. Circle around the person from another angle, avoiding immediate attention. Which one knows me? To them, make the first move. Push them directly, showing no hesitation. Mm. The levels of shyness is what you're choosing, really. So clearly, wait for them to notice me. Anyway, you remain where you stand, deciding to let them notice you first. It doesn't take long. Sphere's gaze finds yours across the square, and found as he recognizes you. There's something to Balgon who follows his eyes, finds spots you. Three begin approaching you. Aldrich, leading the way. Yes, Balgon follows closely, his hand resting on the hilt of his sword, as though expecting or perhaps hoping for trouble. Okay, makes sense for they'd be rivals. Now I think about it. Anyway, Balgon steps forward, unable to contain himself. Unable to contain himself. You two must really hate each other if he's unable to contain himself. Anyway, well. If it isn't the lone wolf finally gracing us with his presence, always running away, ran from his order and ran from his duties. You run this time, trying to run from this town too? He asks. His head remains on the hilt of his sword, hoping for an excuse to draw it. Sounds asleep, you. Or no, or I'll make you. Stand down while I'm not here for your games. Down after a monster. The levels of shyness in reverse. After a monster. Stand down while I'm not here for your games. Down Balkan or I'll make you. Yes, of course. I cannot control myself from saying that. Anyway, Balkan's face darkens at your challenge. His pride clearly stung. Without warning, he draws his sword. The blade His crimson flames. His movement is swift, reflexes are sharper. Your own weapon is already in your hand before the echo of his movement fades. Your staff meets his blade, dark energy shimmering where metal strikes an enchanted wood. The clash sends multicolored sparks flying around you both. It continues to swing wildly as your perfect aim deflections keep him perpetually off balance. You know, to be a more technical fighter than this, but his rage, it seems to have gone the better. You dare threaten me? When I say it in that way, the voice I had for him earlier just doesn't match us. You dare threaten me? Balgon snarls at you. You abandoned the order, isolated yourself in this backwater town, and blamed us for your failures. You're no keeper, you're a coward. The tension continues to build with each exchange, but there is no question of what the outcome will be. Your superior skills evident to everyone watching. You are stronger, faster, and better overall than he is. Each clash demonstrates the truth that everyone is watching. Already now, Spagon is unmatched. Enough, Eldrick's command looms across the spirit of authority. What authority could this random guy named Eldrick have? Seriously, the next person to take another swing will have me to contend with. Yeah, this race is too big. Keep looking for backing down. I want to fight this Eldrick guy. I want to see what all the hype is about. Seriously, he might. How strong could he possibly be, right? Famous last words. Anyway, you both face mid-attack. Eldrick's expression is one of anger as he watches you both with expectation. However, race must type black, of course. Maintain your combat stance for a moment long, keeping your eyes before taking a step back. And your now reluctance says nothing is welcome. Sheath his weapon with the same obvious reluctance. No time for these petty rivalries. Eldrick mutters, his eyes darting around until he spots an in far off. Our pressing matter to discuss. Come with me. He gestures. Eldrick leads you to a weathered table outside the inn. It's the only it's a town's only inn, but it's still is hardly ever used. Most merchants and passing traders prefer to spend the night in their mobile tents before continuing on their journey due to the inn's poor faculties. The morning sky has darkened unexpectedly, and heavy clouds are gathering. A cold wind picks up, sending fallen leaves skittering across the streets. Townsfolk who intended to go about their morning teas now begin to reconsider. Mothers pull their children closer. Shopkeepers retreat into establishments and close their doors. Mm, from the awareness of their looks, you can't tell if it's because of the incoming rain or the unexpected events of the morning. Maybe both. The presence of the new keepers has transformed the town's atmosphere. What the hell is that sound? I'm starting to question the quality of the place I'm staying at right now. Anyway, anyway, what was I again? Whatever. Yeah. The morning the sky is dark and unexpectedly and heavy clouds are gathering. A cold wind picks up. Why am I reading so fast now? Anyway, a cold wind picks up, sending fallen leaves skittering across the streets. Townsfolk who had intended to go about their morning routines now begin to reconsider. Mothers pull their children closer, and shopkeepers retreat into their establishments. I thought these guys and close their doors, right? Yeah. And close their doors, of course. Anyway, I thought these guys were resilient because of a bit of cold wind. They go back inside. Man, this is inconsistent as hell. From the awareness of their looks, I can't tell it's because of the incoming rain or the unexpected events of the morning. Both presence of the new keepers has transformed the town's atmosphere away from worry to acceptance to fear. I'm scared. It might be something else. Might be a monster. Like, imagine what this very foolish and stubborn town would retreat for, you know? Elder, it unfurls a map across the table surface. Maybe it was a spell, just for the privacy of these guys in their meeting, whatever. He unfurls a map across the table surface and smooths corners. He points to a small settlement nestled against the mountains, very close to the borders of the Middle Realm. Iron Pass. Why did I say it in such a my voice that way, anyway. Iron Pass. He says, letting the name hang in there like a bad omen. That's the one necessary. It's largely unknown. It's mining town. Has been for decades, but now it has become the center of something unnatural. Eldrick continues. Reports speak of dark, twisted activities spreading through the area. Whatever it is, it defies the natural order of things. Who cares about the natural order of things? You disrupt the natural order of this town by coming here. That just sent me a text. Anyway, the wind gusts, wow, sharply as he speaks, snapping the edge of the map, which he makes an effort to straighten again. A flock of ravens take flight from a nearby rooftop. Hmm. He looks up to you. So far, 3 keepers have been dispatched to investigate Iron Pass. 3 separate occasions. None have returned. Yeah, because I killed them all, clearly, we're joking. From within his robes, he produces a scroll. He just makes a scroll. Wow. He produces it. I love this. I know they don't actually mean produces, like we made it, but you know what I mean. Bearing the order council's unmistakable seal. The council requires answers, and they've specifically requested you for this mission. Your unique abilities maybe need to unravel the dark forces that are at work in Iron Pass. Something is happening there, something that twists and corrupts. Therefore, this isn't just important, it's critical. Was that needed? Mm, tell you more about these dark forces. Okay, and if I refuse? Yes. Deliberately as a show of independence. The order may still consider you their subject, bound by oath, but blind obedience has never been your way. Logan tries to draw his sword again, but Eldrick is by raising a hand. 3 keepers have vanished without trace in Iron Pass. Sister, we need answers, and the council considers you the best candidate to fetch them. You understand the discussion is over. Have prayed outside the order's standard methods, which is exactly what the situation is. Mission, not a request. They can also come back all they want. I do not follow orders blindly. Of course. Correct. Okay, there's all this. Hi, you'll be a perfect fit for this. We need someone who can operate independently if communication fails. The order recognizes your self-sufficiency and strength, which will be critical for this mission. He quickly shifts the topic back to Iron Pass before he can press further. Hex Iron Pass are unusual. He tries to describe what seems to be a hard time. There are reports of bodies being contoured beyond recognition. Oh, my god, Mojito is there. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'll also just leave him alone. Townspeople found nothing, either human or monster. Well, sure, that these aren't already monster attacks. No monster can do this. It's purely dark magic at work. Nah, it's just Mojito, trust me. Yeah, he's back. My goat is back. Anyway, or maybe I don't know. Maybe some guy. I just decided to. Some unknown guy in the middle of the forest has been studying dark magic for 500 years, and it's just now coming out. Maybe that's what's happening. The mention of these twisted transformations triggers a memory. Here's go to keepers to answer your father was exiled. Blah blah. For practicing. Yeah. You were grateful for the privilege the order was to become your new family. They already said this before. Okay. Enough to prepare you though for the horrors you face when you set foot in the sanctuary, the brutal training, the mental torture, monsters, venoms, and toxins that were tested on you, which is standard practice to force training to slowly build the immune system. Die. No. No, what? Why? It feels so unnecessary. Like, don't we have other ways, like potions or something? uh, hmm. And so many other things make you shiver when you remember them. Search for the face of the children recruited into the order. Children. Children. Wow, this is military school, I guess. Anyway, when you first arrived, more than 100 children newly recruited, just like you. None of them were older than 6. What? No, no. They would die from this training, mental torture, and monster venoms stuff. What? In Europe, first arrived, more than 100 children had been newly recruited, just like you know. Just as even today, nobody can say for sure the order manages to recruit that many children every year. Some rumors claim the order steals them, yeah, even kidnaps them. The parents of those children offer them to the in exchange for health systems. Stories about crimes not clear from service. It's clearly a kidnapping. Like, what do you expect? Like, seriously, what do you expect? Of course it's kidnapping. There is no other way to get this many. Either that or some other, I don't know, some sort of network. For several years, until nearly half the number. Many died during British trains or from venom poison. But even that was the real test. So mutation was transforming an old human, something superior, more powerful, into a keeper. What? At the age of 15, each child now regarded as a trainee was made to undergo a blood test to determine to a positive blood test meant that it was too corrosive and therefore unfit. Tissue would become corrupt and to destroy them. Destroy the process at all. A trainee of such blood type was designed to become a mage. For negative blood tests meant the opposite. A child blood return negative was assigned to become a keeper. Developmental almost the same as a death sentence. What? So only 1 in 5 children survived. This just seems inefficient. Like, if more than half of them die and another fifth don't survive the mutation, is it really just more effective for them to be children? Would I feel like it would be much more effective if they were like adults, you know? So at least not half of them would die from the training. Man, this is brutal. Okay, great. Everything's okay. Yeah. Let me get yourself. It's performed through necromancy. Why order forbids mages from practicing necromancy outside of its context? It is regarded as a dangerously unstable form of magic with terrifying potential to both create and destroy. You can't shake the feeling that the twisted transformations Eldrick speaks of occurring in our past are linked to forbidden necromancy. Mm. Uh, Step Thunder. Hey, some of your thoughts. You realize that for a while. Tracy, could the rebels be involved? What council some keepers? 3 keepers dead. What aren't you telling me? What aren't you telling me? Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's a twisted test by the keepers themselves, the association or whatever that runs this thing. They're willing to kill hundreds of children each year. Not dead, missing, of course. It's as if it's not practically the same thing in most ways. Human drifts to the yet you just encountered. So far in natural territory, it's unusual intelligence for shockingly they could speak. Ask. Yeah, I have to ask. Having there been any have there any been any other reports of monsters strangely appearing where they shouldn't be, showing unusual signs of intelligence? Interrupt. Eldrick's face contours. Anything I should know? Yes, yeah. Why do I have to tell them? Tell them. Replied, drawing his full attention. He frowned. A yeti here. I have to wound it, but they got away. You got to get away. How are you so weak that can even just like this thing right? You could be prowling the forest right now, you don't? Allah, Eldrick barks. Sounds like a bubble gun. You Why do you have to specifically say barks? That sounds so bad. Anyway, the alien's behavior has troubled me. And also spoke to me, called me keeper's company. Shouldn't tell it on anything I've seen. Like, for instance, something is off, it's affecting, not off, affecting the natural things. Uh, driving creatures away from territories, maybe even enhancing them. The siren can't be instance. Right, it's happening in the Iron Pass. In Iron Pass, maybe it's spreading further than we realized. Celtic shakes his head. She's more urgent than we realized. Mm. Mm. Just a young boy standing behind the phantom. Very silent. Throws the exchange going on forward. He's an order mage train. He's wearing an order mage trainee robe, hinting at his experience. He's likely a new graduate. Trainee. Or not graduated at all. He should be more than 14 years old. This is Kia. He's a mage. He'll accompany you on this mission to Iron Pass. His talents in the arcane arts, especially transportation and communication, will prove useful. Kia bows us. Having greeting, he looks at you like it's a kind of trophy that is filled with veneration, though he doesn't speak. We are holding our regards. Standing to the side, eyes bug and folds on the stuff. A trainee, that's not a teaching mission. Yeah, regards Kia skeptic. Isn't the classroom electric? I don't have time to babysit anyone. I think he's definitely out of rejection. Trainee, I'm not useless. I myself to be useless with a bow. With a bow? You're seriously? These two things do not come together. Poison. Kids are capability more massive, I think. It's not a liability, it's better than you think. It's running for this mission whether you like it or not. Skills. Spend your own, make your precious leave you nightfall. For argument. Seriously, why did I just reject? I prefer to just investigate this by myself and see what I find. I'm not going to work with this twisted organization, man. Fine, we'll see about that. And so if he's up to the task. Yeah, well that's it for today. See you. Yeah, that's all. No. If you want to tell me if you want to see more of Keeper's Vigil, if I should intentionally try to murder Kia or not, and yeah, you can find this game on Steam for well, I'm playing the demo, but the actual game costs not that much. I'm pretty sure. I would say the number in dollars, but I don't know how much it is in dollars. So yeah, cool. Well, yeah, bye everyone. Good luck. Have a nice day. Do something productive. Like seriously, do something productive. Go subscribe to this one guy called Nope, not fully popular. That guy. That's his full name. The full name of his channel. Go subscribe to him. And it makes good videos. Yeah. Uh, cool. So, I'm stretching this out for way too long, man. Alright, see you in about 500 years. And yeah, you also give me any ideas for games I should try out. Or like anything I should play. Also, if I should play as can, like I already said, I didn't stretching this out too much. Alright, this has been me yapping for way too long. See you guys. Bye. Bye.